This is audio file 016 from the question and answer book The Mancharians' Newest Civilization. In this file the Mancharians share with us their view on the issue of sin and ego and negative karma. And what is the Mancharians' elevated standard of ethics? They explain it here. The information you will hear now is taken from the question and answer book The Mancharians' Newest Civilization. All sessions were recorded in 1995 in Tempe, Arizona. We offer these audio files as a free gift under the Creative Fair Use copyright rules. The text in spoken words may therefore be freely copied, distributed, and stored in any electronic format, provided no text is altered and the authors' names are not removed from quotations of any length. All commercial copyrights are reserved by the publisher. Director: Christianity talks a lot about sin and the need for forgiveness. Would you please clarify these terms? How do they fit in with the reality that you are telling us about? Mancharians, sin here is another misdemeanor. In an effort to explain, we will begin by telling you that there is no such word in the dictionary of the Alphas 27 planet. The reason being here, and this has often been instrumental in the relaying down of your information from your hierarchy of your religious systems down through the gullets of the gullible, and that is simply the concept of extreme badness, going even and prolonging the sadness of grave error. But here we have a duality, if you will, of both, negative and positive karma interacting with one another and upon one another vice versa or whatever. Your terminology certainly is extracted from the negative qualities in order to rather harangue the people? Director: indeed, that sin terminology is the one Christian and other religious people use a lot. Mancharians, in an effort to keep one another down, much akin to having your neighbor, and feeling badly about yourself one day, or perhaps it is an inflation of ego, but more perhaps it would stem from the feeling of inadequacy, and therefore you go and ask your neighbor to lay down that you may step on him, that you may reach the second rung. Well, fortunately it does not work that way in other spheres. We do not step one upon the other. And this is precisely what your religious fundamentalist systems do, they keep the person trodden down in an effort to step themselves up onto a rung. But they will find one day that, once they reach the top of their ladder, there is no place else to go. Heavy karma rains down upon those who so dutifully and knowingly harbor the souls of their congregations of the brotherhood of which they are supposed to be even at this level. They must come to the realization that not all of their facts are truth. Proceed please. Director: thank you. Is there a moral code or standard of ethics recognized by all societies of the universe? And if there is, can you describe that code of behavior for us? Mancharians: indeed. We can describe this code of behavior and the essence of what it is and all your questions intact within one word. The word hereby being one. The oneness, you see, being of all, will not allow for any insulating practices or insulating layers upon which any negativity or strife or frustration or any of those attributes are founded upon. The one body of which we all are, joining with the Creator, and here even joining is a misconception in its own right, because we are the Creator. How can you join with that which you are? And yet in the other aspect or perception, those that are fragmented, we instruct to join with themselves. Depending on the height or progress of your evolutionary understanding, certain words are subject to performing their best duty within alternate planes. If you have an infrastructure, for example, do you not recommend that it all stay glued together in perfect harmony in every aspect? You could not have the clay crumbling after the sun dried it out and the mud falling out. Even foundations have more sense than that. And who indeed builds the foundations but mankind? So take heart and tell your people to take heart, for they have progressed to learn to build the proper foundations for themselves. Therefore they must have within themselves the gracious mentality to understand the concept of oneness and not coming unglued at the seams, as so many of you do. Director: can we sum up what you have just said, by the words "do unto your brother as you would want your brother do unto you"? Mancharians: that is a very interesting concept. This concept indeed, we can see, comes from much higher levels of consciousnesses. In an effort to make you understand our amusement, it would be the best to say to you that it would almost be to us dangerous for your people to follow that rule, observing how each of you treat yourselves. I am not sure I would want my brother to be treated the same way. Perhaps when your level of understanding and unity has grown many evolutions, maybe then perhaps it may be wise to perform under that law. But for now it may be best to leave your brother out of it until you get yourself in order. But that does not mean to not be kind. Whenever you find that compassion and kindness permeates out of your soul structure, by all means offer him a glass of milk with a smile, but remember, do not place the arsenic in it, because you had a bad day yesterday and felt to end it all. Director, end of file 16. Our presence on internet is freeearthsystem.net. Also, starshipfederation.atspace.com.co.uk. My presence on Facebook is facebook.com/Sentana-Ries. It is our intent to present to you listeners the words of the Mancharians from the book The Mancharians' Newest Civilization in audio segments of approximately 5 to 9 minutes in length. Happy listening.